Rushing is one of the best ways to upgrade in Clash of Clans. It has tons of benefits, which I've talked about on my channel a lot. But when it comes to war, well, today I'm going to be explaining what makes a good rushing army, as well as 3 armies that I would recommend for rushers everywhere. Let's get started. First of all, what makes a good rushing army? To understand this, I want you to consider this scenario. Imagine you're on one of those videos where you have 1 minute to pick anything in the store, and then the creator will buy it for you. But unfortunately, you're a little bit weak. Oh, hell. So in this case, you have to find something that's really valuable, but really easy to carry. And this is exactly what rushing armies are like. You need to find a good army that is powerful and valuable, but you need to find one that's really easy to get to and doesn't have a lot of things in the way. Now that we understand that, let's talk about the armies themselves. Let's talk about the #1 rushing army in the world, all of my YouTube subscribers. On a real note though, the Electro Dragon attack is probably one of the best armies to use for rushers, and I'm going to explain why it's powerful, why it's really easy to carry, and my tips on using this attack. E-drags are a super easy attack to learn, and it is really easy to get 3 stars at Town Hall 11 and some Town Halls above that. On top of that, it is a safe 2-star strategy, and that is really important for rushers, especially in Clan War League. But let's talk about the effort aspect of this. Is it easy to carry? Does it take a lot of skill? And are there a lot of lab upgrades to do? In terms of skill, it's actually a really easy attack to do. In terms of lab upgrades, the only upgrades you really need to do are the Rage Spell and the Electro Dragon. You don't really need to upgrade the balloons because they're just there as a tank for seeking air mines anyway. At Town Hall 11, you have 4 upgrades you need to do to the Rage Spell, and then 1 upgrade you need to do to the Electro Dragon itself, totaling only 13 days of upgrades, and you can start this way before Town Hall 11 because the Rage Spell unlocks early. At Town Hall 12, you get 1 more level of the Rage Spell, but you only get 1 more level each Town Hall above that for the Electro Dragon, so this is a really easy army to get and to keep up. This army is also useful at higher Town Hall levels, so it is worth the long-term investment, and my only tip is that you should really use your heroes to help funnel the Electro Dragons and use them on compact bases where you can actually get a lot of value out of them. If we think about our store analogy, E-drags are a lot like a good wallet. It's not all that fancy or anything, but it reliably gets the job done, and if you use it correctly, you won't need to replace it for a while. But not everybody needs a wallet, right? So let's talk about things for our younger players, like Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 12. The #1 attack in this Town Hall range is Zapquake Witches, and if used correctly, this is an absolutely devastating combination. The reason why it's so powerful is because there are so many defenses that simply cannot deal with the number of witches. On top of this, if you Zapquake out any multi-infernos or really important defenses, it really makes it an easy attack. In my opinion, this is one of the lowest skills, highest output attacks in the entire game. Let's take a look at how much effort it takes to actually reach this composition though. To do this properly, you need Zaps leveled up all the way, you need Witches leveled up all the way, you need Golems leveled up all the way, and you need Quakes leveled up all the way. At Town Hall 11, for example, this is 7 Zap upgrades, 3 Witch upgrades, 6 Golem upgrades, and a ton of Quake upgrades too, so you can see why this would be a little bit of a problem. But why would I be recommending this army to you anyways? Well, there are a few reasons. First of all, this is an option for those of you that prefer ground attacks, and you invest into Zap, which is actually really useful in the later Town Hall levels. This attack is also insanely good for this Town Hall level. I would say about 80% of bases will be tripled by this attack. That's just how strong it is. But of course, it does take a long time to reach the army composition. You should still keep this as an option because all you need to do is use 1 single power potion and it will immediately become available to you. If you're going to commit to this army, commit early because it is going to take a long time to get there, so you need to get started as soon as possible. Since this is more for our lower Town Hall levels, I think of this as if it was a video game console in the store. Yes, it is going to be a lot of fun and it can be definitely worth that 1 item that you can carry, but it's going to be a big time commitment. But what does that leave for older folks like myself, and what army should we use between Town Hall 13 to Town Hall 15? The army that I recommend for these Town Hall levels got me to the top 5 CWL players in my clan for literally months straight, and that's among rushers and maxers. And this army is Blizzard Hydra. Blizzard Hydra is one of the best attacks that you can use as a rusher because it is very powerful, it is a very safe 2-star, and it can be very flexible for different types of bases. It's also extremely satisfying to completely bomb and hollow out an entire base. In terms of skill, it is something that takes a little bit of time to get used to. However, once you get the blizzard down, you can continuously use it and it doesn't get much harder after that. The lab upgrades do take a little bit of time though. You do have 3 levels on the invisibility spell and then 7 levels on the dragon, and this will total about 56.5 days. However, that's not that much if you think about the fact that that is for a Town Hall 13, and 56.5 days from when you start your account is actually not that long at all. On top of that, this army is really scalable because when you get to Town Hall 14, you will have 1 level on the dragon and then 1 level on the dragon rider, and the same thing for Town Hall 15. So this army can be used in the future Town Halls really well, and I've personally used it ever since Town Hall 13. My tips for this attack is to initially develop the muscle memory for your blizzard. Once you have the muscle memory for the blizzard down, the rest of the attack is honestly easy because you can funnel with your heroes. Learning Blizzard Hydra is like getting the newest and greatest phone. It's gonna take a little bit of time to get all of the features down, but if you do, you'll be really glad that you learned it. So these are the 3 armies that I would recommend for rushers in Clash of Clans, and I hope now that if you're ever stuck in the store with a minute left, you know what to buy. Maybe not the wallet though. But to be honest, none of these armies are really gonna work for you if you have low hero levels. That's why you guys need to watch this video right now to learn how you can upgrade your heroes a lot more efficiently and faster than everybody else, so you can finally use these armies and other armies in your attacks.